Hello and welcome to my channel. I am the Silver Wheel Witch. Today I'm doing another flip through book review, and the book that I have for today is called Love is in the Earth, A Kaleidoscope of Crystals, the updated version by Melody. And this is actually an out of print book, I believe. You can still find it on Amazon used, probably some other places as well. I would say that definitely shop around a little because the price range I've seen on this book, if you are interested in obtaining a copy of it, they very wide range of prices. So if you look around, you can find one that's very fairly priced in good condition. So that said, I wanted to share this book because it has so much valuable information in it. It is really a great book. It is one of my favorite gemstone and crystal books. Certainly if you, don't want to go out and purchase a out of print book, there are others out there, but if that is something you're down with, this one is definitely worth the purchase. So let me go ahead and show the back of the book for you. And again, my copy is used, so if there is any marks or anything, I apologize. That's just what happens when you buy used books. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and actually, I was going to give you a flip through of it. I like doing that lately. Kind of give you the aesthetic of the book right off. This one, there isn't really too much to see. There aren't any pictures. It's just really packed with information, but it kind of gives you a good idea in the flip through just to kind of see what's in the book, what it looks like, the contents of it. And it is just information after information on stones. So there you have it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look inside. This one is copyright is 1995 by Earth Love Publishing House. First printing was 1995. And it looks like this copy is actually the 23rd printing in 2011. So it's definitely a popular book, and it has been a while since they have republished it. So, but I have found, there are copies out there. Just do a little shopping around if you want to get this book, so you get a fair price on it. So then we have some acknowledgments, quite a few acknowledgments, a little snippet to the reader, and then we go straight into the table of contents. So kind of hold that up in case you want to freeze frame it. So it goes into all these different configurations of the stones. And then also numerical vibration, so the number that the stones vibrate at. It gives you some master numbers, some preparatory methodologies, practical applications, and some additional definitions. And then it goes into, after all these additional definitions, it goes into the stones. So let's see, there's quite a few pages. Just kind of hold it there for a second in case you want to pause and zoom in to see what stones are in the book. There are quite a few. I did notice going through this book, I was actually referencing it the other day for something, and some of the stones in this book are not listed by their generic name. So, sometimes there's multiple different names people use for a certain stone. I noticed in some cases in this book, they just use the actual, I don't know if it's the scientific name but what the actual stone is. Okay. So many stones in this book, I kid you not. It is just cover to cover packed with information. Okay, and then we have the introduction, and then we'll go through, and so I went ahead and tabbed some of it because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything that I wanted to make sure we were able to go through to show you really what's in this book. So here's the configurations. It gives you all the breakdown. You've got carved crystal, crystal balls, cluster, crystal bowls, egg shape, etched crystals, pendants, pyramids, headbands. Gives you just a little paragraph about each of those. And then a nice, just one page about numerical vibrations, which I thought was nice. You don't have to really know a ton about numerology to utilize the vibration of the stone right away as you're learning. So she gives a breakdown there, which was good. And then also goes into the master numbers. The numerology breaks those down. Just little abbreviations, definitions of them, I should say. And then she goes into preparatory methodology. So you've got acquiring crystals, cleansing crystals, awakening crystals, charging crystals, all that basic information. And she does it in a really short amount of space, but gives you what you need to know. So I really like that it's short and simple and to the point, and you've got what you need to know the information. I don't really feel like you would need to go to another book unless you wanted to dive deeper and really learn more about those areas. And then practical applications, right? So she goes into using them for meditation and manifestation, elixirs and protection. And again, just a small little bit, enough to give you the basics and understanding of what it is. And then if it's something that you personally want to learn and study and practice and dive into, you can look into it further, but she gives you just enough in the front. And then she has some additional definitions, basically some common words that are used when dealing with stones. So chakras, auras, akashic records, wands, dowsing, gridding, just, some definitions so that if it's unfamiliar to you. And then I think it goes straight into the stones. Yes, so this is the stones right here. And then what I've done is I've gone ahead and marked a few of them so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. So some of the stones in this book have a lot more information than others. Again, I think I've said it on other flip throughs I've done, that's, common. But I feel like the amount of information in each stone is really good. So she breaks it down. So like here's the one for garnet. Garnet's one of my favorite stones. I don't know, maybe they're all my favorite stones. I have so many favorites. And it has almost literally, it goes up to the top here, almost 2 whole pages. So let's kind of take a look at what they have here. So it talks about how it crystallizes, some specific properties, that it's a stone of health, a little bit of, history, that it's been known as the stone of commitment, how it's been used in the past. The energies of garnet help to amplify the function of emotional and intellectual regeneration and the processes therein, which is one of the reasons it's one of my favorite stones, because I'm both a very analytical and very creative person at the same time. Stone's great if you are also someone like that. It goes into that the mineral produces an energy predisposed to discharge, chaotic, disruptive, and disorganized growth. So it just really breaks it down. So it's a lot more than you get in some of your other typical books. Like some of your other books will say, you know, just give you keywords of things that they're helpful for, or might give you a tiny snippet of history or how it's been used, or the basic scientific information. And this one really breaks down the stone and tells you how it's used, how it's been used, why the energy of the stone is the way it is, and how it can be used, as opposed to just keywords. So I really love that about this book. And then you go into like, here's Jasper. So this one's a good example of like, it will give you all the information on Jasper. And then because there's a lot of different kinds of Jasper, what it does is like a subcategory down here, it breaks it down like, here's more information on specifically Arizona lizard stone Jasper. And then you have Bat Cave Jasper, Picture Jasper, and it goes into all these different types of Jasper and what makes them, you know, unique and what's special about those specific types of Jasper. Red Jasper, that's a very common one. And one of the interesting things that I find actually with this, and I love about this, is if you look at Jasper in general, it states that it vibrates to a number 6. But if you look at some of these very different Jaspers, some of them vibrate at an 8. The average is 6. You've got a couple 6s here, but you've got one that's a 7, and I thought I saw one over here, 7, 9. So they range anywhere from 6 to 9. So depending on the type and quality of the Jasper that you're using, you might actually have, you know, a completely different vibration based on the type of Jasper. So not just Jasper in general, but the type of the stones, it actually breaks it down with the vibration number. And I love that. You don't really see that a lot, or I haven't in some of the other books I've had. And then quartz. Nice huge section on quartz, just to kind of give you an idea. I'll kind of hold it there in case you want to pause it and freeze frame, or, you know, zoom in and take a look. A lot of really good information. Quartz is one of the bigger ones, of course, in the book. It gives you, also within the quartz, it gives you the healing techniques, and it actually goes in to the brainwave patterns, which I thought was really cool that they included that actually in the crystal book here. And it's just really very thorough. Honestly, I'm surprised it has not been reprinted in so many years, because for one book, it really packs a punch. It's just got so much information. Okay, so that's your crystal, and then you start going into some different types of crystals here, and these just go on because, you know, there's so many types of quartz crystal. And then in the back, you also have, for example, you have silver. So a lot of gemstone books will also include, you know, some of the metals. So like silver is in there. Tourmaline, one of my favorites for sure. I think tourmaline was my first favorite stone. Truth be told, I have a lot of favorites, and my favorites sometimes change, but tourmaline, black tourmaline, was my first favorite and will always be a favorite. I really like its energy. And then in the back, we have the index, and the index is fantastic in this book as well. It's pretty big. So for each of your keywords, it's got quite a few keywords in here, and then it really breaks down every single page number that word is on. So like emotions, and it's got a huge, you know, paragraph worth of page numbers that you can find it on. And if you're anything like me and like researching things from every angle, before you start practicing it. Good index is always good to have. And there you have it. So it's a great reference book. And it's also just a great read. It's got a lot of really good, valuable information in the book. And I recommend it. Definitely, if it's not something that you want to put the money into, there are other books out there. But if you do, it's worth having. I love this book. All right, thank you so much for watching again, as always. And I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. I'll see you all next time.